All right, welcome back. We are going to shift gears a little bit here. Last time we ended up on talking about the energy pyramids and energy through ecosystems. Now that we're in the fourth quarter, we're actually going to change things a bit and we're going to talk about renewable and non-renewable energy sources. So right now, we're going to focus on renewable energy sources, as you can see right here. So some questions we're going to try and answer to this. What are the advantages and disadvantages of renewable energy sources? How can my research finding be presented in a debate format? Well, unfortunately, debating kind of has to be done in person. I mean, I guess you could do it over a video chat or something, but we're probably not going to focus on that right now. We're just going to look at the renewable energy sources and their advantages and disadvantages. So, what does it mean if something is renewable? So, if you look around your house, think of things that you can name that are renewable or come from something that is renewable. Go ahead, pause the video, and find things around the house that would come from a renewable source. So a renewable energy source which naturally renew or replenish themselves over a period of time. Now, also not depleted by use. This one, I'm not a huge fan of this part of the definition. If you're taking notes, you can keep this in mind. Not depleted by use. Some of them are not, such as wind energy, geothermal, sunlight energy. You're not going to deplete that energy by using it at all. But things like biomass, right here, you can use those things up. If you use it up to the point that the plants can't replenish themselves, then it's gone, and it is not going to be renewable. So, what do we mean by advantage and disadvantage? Well, an advantage means for a good effect or favorable gain or a desired end. You're going to get what you're wanting out of it. Whereas a disadvantage means for bad effect, unfavorable, or undesired end. Kind of the opposite side of the same coin. Advantage means you're getting something good out of it. Disadvantage means you're probably going to have some sort of side effect that you don't want. Now, biomass. This will be the first one that we're going to look at. Energy comes from any material that comes from plants or microorganisms that were recently living. Trees, branches, scraps of bark, and recycled paper are examples of biomass energy. Many of you around here, including myself, use firewood collected from the mountains in order to heat our homes. That is considered biomass. That is a renewable resource. The trees grow back. We're actually using dead trees to begin with because living trees don't burn as well. Energy is going to come from burning it. It becomes biofuel when mixed with gasoline, such as ethanol. So in this day and age, we now use corn and soybeans to make biofuels. Ethanol is a biofuel. I don't know. So the biofuels that we see, if you look at the gas pumps when your parents fill up, you can see that it says may contain up to 10% ethanol. That is a biofuel coming from the sugars from corn and soybeans. So some advantages of biofuels: can be stored and used when needed. That's definitely an advantage. Release less harmful pollutants than gasoline. So that's where the ethanol comes in. Use materials that might normally be discarded, such as the dead trees that we use in order to heat our homes. They're just going to break down anyway. So in that case, this becomes a benefit. However, some disadvantages. Growing crops for biofuels requires large amounts of land and pesticides. Also, if you ask me, this is a bigger one. Land could be used for growing food. You're now using our food source in order to run your car rather than using a black sludge coming out of the ground. And pesticides can pollute. Yeah, they can. But looking at this, I think we have a lot other issues to deal with rather than just pesticides. We'll get into wind power on the next video.